Shit, I am muted. Shit. Thanks to the professional guy. Man, I'm such an idiot. I don't know how that got muted. Sorry about that. I was muted. So, let me start over. Alright. I wanted to say that I did have to leave the protest. I've got to get home to my kiddos. I've been out now. This is 13 hours that I've been at work today, and I've got to get home and spend some time with my kids. It's not fair. It's not fair to them that I do this 7 days a week, 12 hours a day. You know. I'm listening to conservative radio. I'm listening to Seether. Anyway, I'm listening to Seether. I don't listen to talk radio. Okay, long story short, I need to hire. I need an extra person. I really do. I need an extra person. We're not at the point yet where we make enough money to support another person, but I'm going to have to invest in it anyway because I need an extra person. I can't keep going 7 days a week for 12, 13 hours a day. So, long story short, what happened today? All right. Anyway, if anybody wants to talk about maybe joining me, send me an email or a DM or whatever. Send me a message. We'll talk about it. Okay. So, protests today. Last week, there was 50-something people arrested, and then literally the charges were dropped the next morning. It emboldens people. I thought day 2 protests would be bad. I thought they would be emboldened, but that didn't happen. It was today. I've talked to some people that work in... I can't tell you where they work, but they know what's going on in the city. These protests are started and funded by a national organization. These are not just organic protests. I mean, these are planned, and 1,000 people showing up. Yeah, I mean that is organic, but it was. These whole things are meant to be this way. They're meant to be this large. They're meant to be this, and turning violent. And it did turn violent today. Don't let anybody tell you that it didn't turn violent. Hang on, we're going to lose connection here as I go into the bridge. So, it did turn violent today. 100% it turned violent today. There was people being pepper sprayed. And here's the other thing. Y'all probably heard it in my stream. The cops had to throw flashbangs at one point. Word went around that it was a protester that threw the flashbangs at the cops, but it was absolutely the cops that threw the flashbangs into the protesters. What ended up happening was so as they were arresting people, they were putting them on a Travis County Sheriff's bus. It was air conditioned, keep people cool, and then they drive the bus to the jail, drop them off, and then the bus came back. People were blocking that bus. A very large group of people were blocking that bus and not letting the bus go. And I believe the cops were probably worried that if they lost control of the situation, then people would try to get on the bus and de-arrest people. Because that was happening. People were trying to de-arrest. I don't know if I caught much of it on the stream, but they were definitely trying to de-arrest. Thanks, US. I appreciate it. I'm definitely going to try. I'm going to go home and have a shower because I even sweated into my backpack. So don't ever let anybody tell you that this wasn't violent, because it was. Don't ever let anybody tell you that they weren't trying to create another encampment, because they were. They actually got farther today with an encampment than they did last week. You saw it in my stream. They got a long ways into having an encampment set up. So It's going to be interesting to see from the people arrested today, were any of them the ones that was arrested yesterday? Because I will tell you, they pretty much surrounded the little encampment. They had everybody that was in the encampment they were basically set down on their butt, and one by one they were taken to jail. So yeah, today was crazy. And here's the other thing, this ain't stopping here. It's gonna go tomorrow, it's gonna go Wednesday. I have word that the police department, they are gearing up and ready to go for multiple days of this. And look, cops sign up to do this job, I get it, but you should hear some of the stuff that's said to these guys, these cops. And you know what, they're professional, and they just sit there and take it. They just smile and take it. So it's actually very sad, man, to see, I don't know. The UT president is going to take a lot of shit for this today. He took a lot of shit last week, and he's going to take a lot of shit this week. But like I said, from what I'm hearing, this is going to be like multiple days of protest. I do know that two state troopers ended up in the hospital from heat-related injuries. And hey, Stuart, yeah, I know. So two state troopers, ended up in the hospital for heat-related injuries. And man, I'm getting blocked. Okay, guys, I've got to go in here and grab a water real quick. I'm sorry. If the stream cuts out, I apologize. Hopefully the stream isn't going to cut out sitting here, but if y'all could just bear with me 1 second and let me grab a big water. Hang on a sec. Okay, if y'all can bear with me 1 second, give me 2 minutes. Dude, okay, hang on. Felix. Felix, are you the same Felix from Twitter? I'm going to tell you right now, they don't know. What are their demands? What are their demands? Tell me what their demands are, Felix. Look, man, tell me what their demands are. What are they demanding? They're demanding that what? What exactly is the university supposed to do, man? Honest to God, you tell me what they're supposed to do. What is the university going to do that's going to stop what's happening in Gaza? And I'm going to tell you right now, I absolutely hate what's happening in Gaza. It's crazy. But what is this going to do? Tell me what it's going to do. I don't know. You tell me. Because I hate what's happening over there. I hate loss of life. I hate war. It shouldn't be happening. We shouldn't be warring with anybody. But I'm not sure what this is supposed to accomplish. Divestment. What do you mean? What does that even mean? Divestment from what? Tell me what that even means. I'm not sure what divestment. I mean, what are they divesting from? You tell me what that university can do that is going to stop what's happening in Gaza right now. Okay, you got proof that they own stock, including in arms dealers and companies that work with Israel, students demand. Okay, I'm going to tell you right now, there is absolutely nothing that is going to happen from these universities. So it is what it is. But anyway, and I'm not making fun of protesters. I'm making fun of the craziness of what's happening. You tell me this, what is the point of protesting when you are acting in a way that is going to bring a response from the police? If they're wanting the cops to leave, if they don't want the cops there, then why act in a way that it's going to bring the cops there? Why try to start another encampment when they were specifically told not to? Day 2 of the protest, and you know what? I was all for it, man. I even put out public comments about how that is exactly how it's supposed to be done. Day 2 of the protest last week is exactly how it's supposed to be done. They were protesting, they got their message out, but they weren't doing the shit that the university said to not do, which is create an encampment. And then they start pushing and shoving on the cops. And don't say that they weren't doing it. I have it on video. That's why they were getting sprayed. How about standing in front of the Travis County Sheriff bus? Was that smart? I have a video of a guy laying behind the bus tire as the bus was backing up. You tell me what in the hell is that guy killing himself for on a bus gonna do? It's ridiculous, man. Peaceful protest is the way to go. What happened today is not a peaceful protest. It's just not. It's not a peaceful protest. So anyway. Oh yeah, speaking of that, dude, Zero, thanks for bringing that up. I was standing next to a cop car filming, and literally some guy from the crowd runs up with a knife that is 6 inches long and pops the tires on the cop car. So, is that peaceful? Is that going to get the point across? Or is that going to get a response from the cops? It's going to get a response from the cops. I'm not upset. I'm not upset at all. I just think what happened today was ridiculous. If you want to protest, protest. Second day of the protest last week was how you protest peacefully. That's how you protest. What happened today at the university was not peaceful protesting. That was violent, and that was crazy. Yeah, man, the dude almost stabbed me in the knee, man. Like, literally, he almost stabbed me in the knee. He missed my knee by about 2 inches. Yeah, Peter, there was another massive protest at the at the university, and this time it was worse than what it was last week. A lot of people got pepper sprayed. Cops ended up throwing flashbangs at some of the people, and it was just a mess. And I'm gonna tell you right now, those flashbangs are damn loud, y'all. They are loud. All right, I'm on Starlink, so I'm probably gonna lose a connection as I go under these bridges. I'm sorry, it will come right back, so just bear with me for a second. If it does. Yeah, wait till you see some. Go back, go check my stream out, man. I think my stream from today was a lot better than it was last week. I think it was a lot better than it was last week, actually. It seemed to stay much more stable than it did last week. Yep, you missed it. It was crazy. It was crazy today. It was absolutely nuts today. Wednesday of last week, or whenever it was, day one of the protest last week, I thought that was crazy, but today was nuts, man. And guess what? It's going to happen. You know, we're going to be doing it again. It's going to keep happening. This ain't going to stop. I have it from a good source that, you know, these are going to happen. This stuff is going to keep going. You know, we're looking at possibly all the way through Wednesday to keep this stuff going. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm okay. I got a little bit of the pepper spray, but it was just some kind of, you know, the blast after it, you know, makes it through the air. It just kind of burned my eyes a little bit. But, look, if you're going to go and cover those kind of events, you kind of got to be, you kind of got to be ready for that a little bit, you know? Yeah, well, you know, I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop filming because of pepper spray. I mean, I worked for the sheriff's department up in Collin County for a long time before I had my accident, and I can tell you right now, I can handle pepper spray. Yeah, you're right, DC Dave. Yep, have the gear, don't get near, or at least know what the, you know, you got to know what could happen if you're there. You know what I mean? Like, that's one of those things that you got to be willing, if you're going to be a participant, and if you're there filming, you're a participant. You've either got to be willing to participate or don't go at all. Did you see that guy run this red light? Mr. MPS guy? How's the Starlink? How's the stream? So I had planned on coming home early today and installing the new cameras, and that way I could stream in higher resolution. But obviously events in Austin took a different turn. I got shot with the bean bag. That's crazy. Those things hurt. Fuck that. When I was being hired, going through training, hey, it looks good. So when I was working with the sheriff's department, this was 2004. I was a young man. I was in my early 20s. But anyway, I was tased and pepper sprayed. And I'm going to tell you right now, man, being tased is... it's nothing to, it gets crazy, man. Alright, it's probably going to cut out as I go under this bridge real quick. But, yeah, man, today was, so... Alright, we're back. Alright, we're back. Alright, here's the thing about... Hang on, let me make sure it's coming back. Okay, alright, we're back. Alright, so here's the thing about the protest today, and this is what I love about doing this job. Hang on, let me drink this drink. So, the protest today. I love covering this city. I love bringing you guys the information. I love bringing you guys this information, showing you what's happening in this city without a narrative. You know what I mean? Without a narrative. You don't need me telling you what's happening. You know what I mean? It's like, I show you the videos, I show you what's happening, and you can make your mind up for yourself. It's like at these protests, it's like you gotta, people are smart enough to think for themselves, and I think that's where, mainstream media has failed so much. It's because they try to tell you, what to think. They try to tell you what to think, and that's bullshit. So, being out at those protests, DC Dave was there with me. DC Dave's my boy. We whenever I'm on the street, Dave is with me. Not tomorrow, he won't be, but Dave is with me. And so, Dave at one point, when things were getting rowdy, he pulls me back and he's like, hey, stop. Think about what we're doing, because something, this is about to get crazy. And then sure enough, shortly after he said that, they started pepper spraying people. But DC Dave is a Marine, or was a Marine. He's a veteran. And he spent a lot of time in Afghanistan, and he did riot training. So he knows what he's talking about. That's why I love having him with me, is because he knows how to read the crowd. And, look, I had training, working for the cops, but Dave, he's got the training, he's got the eyes, and he knows what's happening that I don't know what's happening. So Dave, thank you very much. Y'all go give him a follow. He's at DC Dave _. Y'all go give him a follow, because y'all are going to see a lot of good stuff coming out from Dave and I coming up into the future here. We may be actually doing a show together here pretty soon. We've been talking about it. Dave's got a wit that is funny. But anyway, back to the meat and potatoes. Today was so much different at these protests today. It was in the air. You could feel that it was different. Like, I think I looked at Dave probably 10 times today and told him, like, holy shit, this could get violent really quick, like very violent really quick. They were fighting with the cops. I don't know if you guys remember the 2020 riots in downtown, where when the cops would make a line, the people would line up in front of the cops, and they would put up umbrellas to keep from being pepper sprayed. Those were out. They were out in force. They had the umbrella wall built. We watched the state troopers. We watched them loading up the tear gas in their guns, and we thought that they were about to tear gas everybody. Which tonight, if they don't get out of there, or if things don't settle down on that campus tonight, they may actually end up using tear gas at a certain point tonight. That's not going to look good on them, but they've got to do what they got to do to control that crowd, That crowd is very, very much out of control. I mean, anybody that watched any part of the stream today could see it. That crowd was very much out of control. So, I don't know. I can't tell you guys enough how much I appreciate you for being here, for being on, for watching, for sharing, for donating when you do. We don't receive a lot in donations, but when we do, we use it, like today, buying water and stuff to hand out in the homeless camps. It's Hope Dope. We call it Hope Dope, and it works. Hang on, let me get out of these trees real quick. Hang on, y'all. I'm going to probably lose my connection in these trees. But anyway, yeah, we call it hope dope. Dave, DC Dave, coined that term. But not only does it give people hope and it makes people feel better, but it also keeps us safe at the same time. So, we'll spend a lot of money every week. Dave and I both are spending, no telling what, on hope dope every week. DC Dave says what scared me the most was seeing the amount of whose education is going nowhere. Oh man, look, here's the thing. I think I said this on the stream, but what is crazy to me is hearing these kids. The video, yeah, I'm going under trees and stuff. Yeah, zero. It blips a little bit, but hearing these kids at this protest talking like, you can hear them like, I don't know how to deal with this. I don't even know if I'm really here. And I mean, just hearing these kids, they have no sense of what is real in the world. Like, they have no sense of what's real in the world. Garza isn't gonna prosecute. No. You're gonna see. So they took quite a few people to jail today, and they will probably by tomorrow will be let go again. There was a lot of Tanya. There was a lot of people there that I am 100% certain were not students. A lot of people, especially your more vocal people. Your more vocal people are Garza will indict the DPS clowns. Taylor, that ain't gonna happen. The more vocal people, especially the ones that were holding the veterans for, I forget what their sign said, something about veterans and genocide. They were definitely not students. I mean, they were probably older than me. Taylor, why do you think Garza is going to indict DPS? I don't get it. What did DPS do that's indictable? What, because they were there doing their job? I mean, you don't have to believe, you don't have to support what they do, but I don't see why they'd go to jail. Let me ask you a question. If you're an ACLU attorney, let me ask you a question. Okay. How about when you get in a cop's face and push him? Is that a crime? If I push a cop, is that a crime? If I touch a cop in a threatening way, is that a crime? Look, there was no violence, really. Did you watch my stream? Because it was very, very, very plain that there was violence. Why would they throw flashbangs? Why are they, pepper spraying people? You think they did all that just because they want to? A lawful protest. Okay, let's go over that again. Last week, day 2 of the protest, I was all in favor of that. I loved it. It was great. I was there. I filmed both days last week. Day 1 was crazy. Day 2 is exactly how protests are supposed to happen. There was no violence. There was no fighting. There was no encampments being built. I'm not an Abbott lover. I can tell you that right now. But day 2 was how it was supposed to happen. The problem comes in when they're trying to set up encampments on the campus, and that's what happened today. They tried to set up an encampment on the campus. The cops came in and stopped it, and then the violence started. If you are indeed an ACLU attorney, which, okay, you know what, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, then you know damn well slashing cop cars' tires, pushing the cops, basically, if you're in an area where at the campus, if the university closes an area and they give you a dispersal order and you stay in that area where they tell you that you are not supposed to be, Is that a crime? Am I trespassing at that point? If I am told to leave, let's say I'm standing in your yard and you tell me to leave and I say no, do the cops not have a reason to come out and make me leave? And if I refuse, they take me to jail. So you're an attorney. Would you defend me on that if I did it at your house? Or did you leave already? I'm sure you probably left already. Come in here and spouting that nonsense. You try that anywhere, at any business. You try it anywhere, and they tell you to leave and you don't, you'll go to jail. So quit coming in here with that nonsense. People do not live in reality. You know exactly why they dropped all the charges from the first night. I think everybody knows exactly why they dropped the charges for that first time. And you know what? They'll probably drop the charges again. But the question still remains. If I'm standing on your yard and you tell me to leave and I don't, will the cops make me leave? And if I refuse to leave, will they take me to jail for trespassing? Is it a crime? The university told everybody to leave, and they decided not to. It becomes a crime at that point. And you know exactly why the charges were dropped. We all know why the charges were dropped. It's why I'm not even getting into that. I won't even get into that. Mark, I'm not, I promise. No, I'm not getting deplatformed. But the bigger this gets, the more this is going to happen. And, I mean, it is what it is. I have a right to voice my opinion as well, you know? Or I think I do anyway. Alright guys, I'm going to end this before I start getting too close to my house. I'm still a good ways away from my house, but I still don't want to lead people right to my front door. So I'm going to end this. Thanks everybody for being on. Hey, I wanted to tell everybody, there will be hey, this is going on again tomorrow. So I will be back at the university in the morning. Protests are a lot different. Protests are a lot different from what they were 20, 30 years ago. Yeah, I mean, I mean, the anti-war, I got you, Mark. No, I mean, it's not about being right. It's just, you know, people come in and, you know what I mean? They come in and start spouting this nonsense, like this guy that said he was an ACLU attorney. I'm 99% certain he wasn't a ACLU attorney. Hey, thanks. We'll talk to you guys soon. All right, so tomorrow, another protest. Guarantee you, another protest at the university. It's probably going to go a lot like it went today. So I'm going to show up early. We're going to make sure that we're there for it all. And I will bring you guys the latest. Thanks, everybody, for being on with me. God bless every one of you. Man, I'll tell you, it is amazing how fast we're growing, and it's all because of you guys. So, you know, I will never be able to thank you guys enough. I will talk to you guys